It was late, close to 2 a.m., when I left a friend's house and started the long drive home. The roads were empty, the only sound the low hum of my engine and the occasional whoosh of wind through the trees. About 15 minutes in, I noticed headlights behind me. A truck. At first, I thought nothing of it, until I realized it was following me. Every turn I made, it made too. Every time I sped up, it matched my speed. My chest tightened. I told myself I was being paranoid. Maybe we were just heading the same way. Then the truck suddenly flashes high beams, once, twice, over and over. The light blinded me through the mirror. I gripped the wheel, panic rising. When I finally pulled into a gas station, the truck screeched in right behind me. I froze. My fight or flight was screaming at me to run. The driver jumped out, waving his arms. I locked my door, heart pounding. He ran up to my window, shouting. His face was pale, frantic, like he'd just seen something horrifying. "Get out of the car," he yelled. I shook my head. He pounded the glass. "There's someone in your back seat." I whipped round for a second. I thought he was lying, just trying to lure me out, but then I saw it. A shadow, moving, slowly rising up from the floor behind me. Just as a man lunged forward, a knife glinting in his hand, the stranger from the truck wrestled him out, holding him down until the police came. I never forgot the officer's word when they dragged the man away. If that truck driver hadn't seen him sit up, you wouldn't be alive right now. The couple decided to rent a secluded cabin for the weekend. No neighbors, no Wi-Fi, just silence and pine trees for miles. It sounded perfect. The first night was calm. They cooked dinner, played cards, and sat by the fire. But just after midnight, the woman woke up to a noise outside, a crunching sound, footsteps in the gravel. Her boyfriend laughed it off, saying it was probably an animal. But the next night, the sound came back, louder this time, slower, like someone circling the cabin. They checked outside with a flashlight. Nothing. By the third night, she couldn't sleep. Every creak of the cabin made her jump. Around 3 a.m., she got up for water and noticed something strange. The window above the sink, the one she had wiped clean the first day, was covered in handprints, dozens of them, pressed into the glass from the outside. Her stomach dropped. She woke her boyfriend and they searched the perimeter. Again, nothing. No tracks, no movement. The next morning, they cut their trip short. As they packed, the boyfriend went to grab the cooler from the porch and froze. There was a Polaroid photo left neatly on the step. It was a picture of the two of them asleep in their bed. No one else was supposed to be there. A taxi driver in a small town recalled one night he'll never forget. He was working the late shift, driving through quiet streets, when he saw a woman flagging him down. She was pale, dressed in an old-fashioned coat, and seemed distant. She gave him an address on the outskirts of town. As they drove, she didn't say a word. She just stared out the window, her reflection pale in the glass. When they reached the address, a small house at the edge of the woods, the driver turned to tell her the fare. The back seat was empty. Confused, he knocked on the door of the house. An older man answered. The driver explained what had happened, describing the woman in detail. The man's face went white. He said quietly, "That's my wife. She died in a car accident 10 years ago, right down the road from here." The driver swore he still felt the weight in the back seat when she was there, the faint sound of her breathing, and he never worked the night shift again.